see what that opportunity looks like. So that's just a little bit of logistic stuff about how to get a hold of this there. A couple things about this program. This is what we talked about with the students today. I mean, we, as a governor school program, were established by the state of Virginia to offer different learning experiences for students above and beyond what is available in the program. And the thing about it for us is we have a connected curriculum that goes all the way to 9th and 12th grade. So things that we look at and say, okay, what can we do? Knowing that these students will have this trend throughout their high school career, these are the things that we're going to try and make sure that they have an experience. And we spend a lot of time working with colleges, we spend a lot of time working with some of the workplaces around the area, saying, what is it you need to see when we send out students as graduates? What are those things that you need to see in those students? We talked a lot about that with students today. And I think students did a really, our group today had a really good job of identifying some of the skills and things that are really specific to helping them be successful beyond high school. That's what we're going to focus on throughout the time that they're here. A lot of questions we get, and you know, when I ask the question to students, why did you join BRVGS? You know, of course, it's good on the college application. That's something that always comes up. But then the students actually were really able to, I was happy to hear, they're able to articulate, it's not just about it looks good, it actually gives a level of preparation. And we do that by really focusing on, working a lot with people at college level. And I'm always asking college professors, what do you need to see from students for them to be successful? And I never hear, I need them to be smart. What I hear has to do with time management, responsibility, ethics, the ability to solve problems. And this is a big piece, and I think particularly in an SOL world, where students are often provided with choices right up front. You know, here's a question, here are 4 choices. Well, you know, if you get into engineering, and the problem in the engineering setting is how do you build a bridge across this ravine? There are very rarely A, B, C, D, you know, A, B, and C choices for that. You've got to figure out your budget, your materials, landscape, how are you going to do that out of your knowledge. So that's the kind of problem that we try to present our students with. We do a lot of project-based learning that leads to that. Again, for those of you parents know, the students who've been through here, you've seen that. A lot of group projects, the students can learn collaboration, a lot of formal presentation, communication skills, things like that. So things to be aware of for Blue Ridge. These are for those of you that are new to the program. Our graduation requirements, we have a minimum of 6 credits that need to come from Blue Ridge. So in 9th grade, it's going to be World History 1 and 2. It's going to be 2 credits. And 10th grade, it's going to be advanced placement biology, which is a 2-credit course. 11th grade, the default course for us is a computer programming science, computer science principles course. The students have an opportunity to take some other courses as substitutes or as electives, including UVA engineering, dual enrollment statistics from Germanic colleges. It's all like all of these extra courses. Advanced placement computer science for students who are already in the computer world. So they have the opportunity to take several courses. Again, they can also take those courses as electives. So once they've met that requirement, they have some other courses they can choose from. We have some students who really max out on all the courses that we offer. So the graduation requirements will include those courses. Our senior year is a senior internship research and community service project. So ultimately, the junior class is required, the senior class are each credit. So overall, is 6 credits. These students need to take advanced placement and dual enrollment courses from their local curriculum as well. And so each of the students will have a 4-year plan, and there's no what's going on with this. One of the things they're actually working to provide more clarifying information to parents this year, so that you can make a good scheduling decisions with your students in the future. Well, one of the things about this, and for those of you for whom this is your first job going to high school, it's going to be a different world. In middle school, generally speaking, most of the school systems you're coming out of, students may have had some differentiation in their classes that allows them that. A lot of our students coming to high school, never having to receive anything less than an A, never having had been hit up with a level of challenges being hit, not just with Blue Ridge classes, but the other academic classes that you're taking in high school. So it will be unfamiliar challenges. And one of the things we talked a lot about with students today is one of those important skills is the
ability to come up against a challenge like that and figure out how they're going to get over it, around it, and, you know, and be able to solve problems that are unlike anything else. Because it's going to hit. It may not be ninth grade, it may be 10th grade, 11th grade, but it needs to hit them in high school because they don't want to, in the first place, that to happen to be in college. So it will be a learning challenge. It's not always complete parents. But, you know, helping out, we're here to support. You know, one of the things we talk to students about is communication. There's Alfie, myself, we get tons of emails from kids asking us for assistance with different aspects, or asking us clarifying questions. We're happy to support. Teachers in the classroom are fantastic about that as well. We want to challenge our students. We want them to come up against, you know, something that's outside of their comfort zone. We also want them to know that they've got support when they need it. One of the things that you will get after the school year starts will be your students will receive our Blue Ridge handbook that has things like our program expectations and the honor code. That'll come home to you. We really emphasize the honor code. As Al described to students, we use something called determined.com for our paper sources, a lot of writing. If you're not familiar with this, determined.com is a program that you submit your papers to everything that's ever been written out there on the web. And it tells you whether or not yours, you know, how much plagiarism, exists in that paper, or how much possibility of plagiarism, how much is it. And what we do with students today, we don't use this as a gotcha. We don't say, go do that, oh, you didn't make it too bad. What we do is use it so that students can actually revise their work to get to an acceptable level of originality. And we'll say for a paper that's due, you need to have 90% original. The students are able to submit their paper, get their originality report, and say, oh, it's only 60% original. What do I need to do? Work with the local teachers. They go through, they start signing, paraphrasing, and they see their paper come up to the level of originality. And it helps us to learn how to do that, because tools like that are used at college level to catch plagiarism, essentially. We want students to understand how to use those tools and to do it that correctly. So that's a big part of what we do. One thing, and I don't think this will impact too many folks, but is several years ago, many of our school systems were kind of out of step in terms of their grading scales. So, for example, a 92 might be an A in one system and a B in another system. And so, because we have students doing the same work across different systems, they're receiving the same numerical grade that other grades, that wasn't really fair. So we looked at that, and we instituted a grading scale in our classes that we originate. We use the same grading scale. It's a 65 to 100 grading scale, and this will be part of it as well. I think that's pretty well, at this point, it's really well in line with what everybody else is using. But some of the schools, I think, are 60 to 100 grading scale. Again, our classes, we stay consistent with our grading system. One of the things you'll hear a lot about, I mentioned we do a lot of project-based learning, a lot of projects where students are working with students from other schools. Believe it or not, we'll be working with Orange, or Louisa, or Peterson. Sometimes in groups, we'll have a group of two, working with a group of two over here. Sometimes it's one kid from here, one kid from there, one kid from there. Group work can be frustrating to high experience students. And they run into a situation where they feel like somebody in the group is not contributing. We try to build in a lot of training, how to make group decisions, and how to deal with those situations. But if your child comes up and says, well, I'm doing this group project, so-and-so is just not pulling their weight, please make sure that you are staying in communication with the teacher. Encourage them to communicate with the teacher. We need to know, because what will happen sometimes is you get in the project, somebody gets a grade, they didn't, the group as a whole didn't produce, and then we found out after the fact that so-and-so didn't do anything. We didn't know during the course of the project that we support, and that makes it very difficult for us to go do retroactive judgment. So, with that in mind,
computer evaluations or stuff like that. I found that's something
we do.
Okay.
Almost all of our projects have
throughout the project, not just
almost all of our projects have teacher checkpoints and computer checkpoints, and so that's a great point, and they do. Not great. It's just strictly, and it does two things really. It makes it students get feedback from other students on where they are. They also are looking critically at evaluating somebody else's, which makes it more critical.
Peer accountability.
Yeah, so we definitely do that. And then within the groups, there's often a level of peer accountability. I think for parents, the biggest thing is knowing Sometimes people will be frustrated by this. Maybe somebody's not communicating with her. And again, we're here to support. So if we know about it, we can help make sure that that the students who need to be on board with regularly, we can support them here. Field trips, we do quite a few. Usually it's about 2 to 3 a semester. And most of them are work trips that support projects or presentations. One thing is that parents are always invited when we're doing presentations at the end of the project. We love to see parents come out and see what students have accomplished. We also do DC and other places. We try to make these as critical a part of our curriculum as possible, so that we expect our students to be here. For some reason, you can't. And there's something really critical family there, or something like sporting event, not practice, but an actual match or game or something. We will work with students on that. We just need to know that. Usually that goes to the local teacher, but feel free always to contact me on this as well if you have questions. Other thing we're able to do, we've done this is, let's say we're going to DC, some students have a soccer game somewhere. Sometimes we will figure to work it out so that we can meet parents, drop the students off in a different place. They can start a little bit from there. One of the things I mentioned, that I said, out to students, we're constantly looking forward and trying to add different opportunities. One of the things we want to do is expand, particularly summer opportunities. We have a lot of kids asking about that. So trying to get this information as much as possible. We post it on our website. We do send it out to students. But if you know of things, this is come up. I'm thinking about a student we had several years ago here at William Monroe, who contacted me and said, I want to do forensics, police forensics is what I want to do at college for my career. And there's a fantastic camp down in North Carolina. We were able to support her to actually really get attendance at that camp. Those kind of opportunities. A lot of times we don't. There might be something out there that you know about, we don't. Maybe you think it fits in with what your child, what we're trying to support through our program. There's a chance that we might be able to help out. Partially or fully support them, particularly if we have end of the year money, which sometimes we do. So the last piece is kind of going into this as your child goes into high school and you're thinking about college. There's a few things that we kind of emphasize throughout the program. Students hear a lot from me. Parents hear a lot from me. I do some sessions in some of the localities on skills for success. As I mentioned, we do a lot of partnerships. We've got right now, we're working with James Madison, UVA, Bradford, with VCU, Savannah, and I go out and say, what is it that our students need to be doing? So that's really influenced a lot of our skills curriculum. So a few things that we have found consistent. Students are going to be more successful. First of all, when they set learning goals. So when we're talking about learning goals, there's 2 kinds of goals. Performance goals are, I want to get A, I want to get C, or S. It's based on the outcome. Nothing wrong with those goals at all. But the research says, a student who says, I want to learn this, and this is how I'm going to use my learning. If I'm in Spanish class, I can go and get an A. We'll do okay. If you're in Spanish class, you have a goal to get a sleep conversation in a cafe in Madrid, you're going to do that. So for parents, I think that's probably a good learning. It's not just about the grade. It's what are you going to do with that learning? Much better, it results in much better learning and much better preparedness for college and beyond. Routines for homework. Interesting. I do a lot of intervention work with students who, when we have students struggling, almost always I can find that one of the issues when we have students struggling is they don't have a regular routine for how they get through school. And by that I mean a time and place. What do you do when you get home? The first thing I do is throw everything over the side and start playing video games. And then I'll go catch my homework after dinner or whatever that is. That's a great area for parents to work with students on. Just getting that break, just so it's a default. This is what you're doing, unless something unusual is up. This is huge. And students don't like it when I say it, but it's absolutely true. Yeah, there's a lot of research. You cannot multitask. It's a myth. You cannot pay attention to a cell phone or a TV and your homework and get anything done. There's studies that show when you're checking your email, checking your cell phone, that your IQ actually goes down by 30 points. It actually impacts your ability. So for parents, again, going into that routine is, where's that place where the phone gets set aside, where the only you would be able to be with schoolwork, and making sure that's happening. It's much more successful use of that One of the things we talked about briefly with the students about today, anytime a student, one of the things I've mentioned to students is a lot of research says a small amount of work every day is much more effective than waiting for the last minute, right? You know, trying to learn it all in the last couple of days. So, you know, if you've got a big reading, 10 pages a day, whatever, but the other piece is interactive. Write down, what's your teacher going to ask you about this? What kind of questions do you expect to see? That's a really effective way to interact with that material, because the students are thinking, what's important about this? How am I going to be asked about this? What am I going to be asked about that? Or just straight up, that's a public comment. But you put something that creates an interaction with the students. We do a lot of work with time management. Our projects are big in terms of time. They're designed to be pieces. We don't give a project in September and get it in November and say, well, how'd you do? Good one. We didn't do a whole lot. You know, we've got lots of checkpoints. We've got computer checkpoints. We've got teacher checkpoints. We've got grading pieces that come in. There's individual responsibilities, team responsibilities. Well, part of it is we require students to use some of the tools we have. We use Google Calendar. We do hard work, Google Shop. It's a great habit for students to be in. And put things like, when do you know you're going to be really tied up with other stuff? You got a big paper in another class, put it on your calendar. You're going to be out of town for, sporting event, put it on your calendar. And that way students can, and you as parents can get, you got to look and say, okay, we're looking at the big picture, we're looking at the next month. Here's when and how you're going to get stuff done. One of the things that happens here, and again, I mentioned a lot of your students and your children will have come into high school without having had much experience back there. And nobody's trying to make kids fail academically, but we are trying to challenge them. When we can challenge them, there will be times that students will start and grades may not look like they have lived in the past. It is not our intention to give poor grades to kids, and most of the things that we do in this program give students opportunities to revise and improve as needed. But there is a point at which we want to make sure that students understand that it's okay to not do it sometimes and then to have to figure out how to do it. It's not just okay, it's critical to be successful. And again, going back to the college experience, the thing that you look at data on students who leave college, particularly early on the first year or so, and it's not financial or something that's forced outside of college. And you look at students a lot of times they've encountered an unfamiliar obstacle and just did not know how to get past that obstacle. But a lot of times that meant they didn't communicate with their professor. Great story that I heard several years ago. A student who telling somebody that I knew, an educator, they'd gone off to college, great student, really strong academic student, goes into an e-commerce class, goes to the first test, and it's completely unfamiliar. What's up? Goes to the professor, found out she had the wrong textbook. She had bought a textbook online, and at the same time it was the textbook from their other side of the class. And she had, it was completely different. She had been studying from the wrong place. The professor said, let's get you the right textbook. Give you a week, study, come back to the test. That's the kind of stuff that a lot of students have not kind of worked their way through when they get into that environment. And that's, some students would just get that failing grade and say, I'm going home. So that's what we're trying to, we put challenges there so students can learn how to solve these challenges. And part of this is for parents, and I think this is not always as good, is making sure the students have a role in their own academic responsibility. By that I mean, if there's a question about a grade, the first place to start is having students know. We have a process in place. We'll see this with our parent we'll see our handbook for grading. We always have to work with students and parents if there are issues in the way that something is graded. But there's a protocol for that. Protocol has to start with that student communicating with the teacher, because that's the fundamental thing. I was over at Frontfield near high school. I would occasionally get a call from a parent challenging the grading. Well, I didn't issue that assignment and I didn't grade it. So as a principal, I wasn't going to touch it until all of those pieces were in place. That I knew what would happen in the process. And it had to start with communication between the student and teacher, because that's a fundamental relationship. So making sure that particularly at the high school, those things are happening as part of the process. Those are critical pieces of success as well. that I do a lot more with this, and I do get some talks around the area. It's a little bit more into, particularly skills for college and stuff. But anything that you would like to know if you're going into this big adventure called Blue Ridge?
Mr. Carraway, I just wanted to talk about their email accounts and laptops.
Yep.
A couple things to know is that your students did get a sheet in their packet today with their Blue Ridge specific email and password. You are welcome to go into their account anytime. And I warn the students that we will go into their account at any time. We do random bits of their account that includes their chat and email. And we really stress to them that all correspondence through the Blue Ridge system needs to be academic and professional in nature. You know, and they will hear this from me multiple times, all 4 years, and just kind of talking about how you communicate electronically, you know, to see this as like a work account and what would happen to you in your job if you were using your account inappropriately. So I'm sure they'll be able to tell you about it, and if you would ever like to hop in to make sure they're staying on the straight and narrow, you have all of our permission to go into their account. If they won't give you their password, just let us know and we will give it to you for them. Additionally, if you're going on a trip or your home computer is messed up or something like that, we have loaners that students can check out to take home. You know, if they have a lot of away games, they want to be able to work on something on the bus or, you know, not during the game, but, you know, before or after, we do make that available. There is a sheet that parents have to sign off saying they realize their student is bringing a laptop home, but we don't ever want to have a situation where the lack of technology is giving a student a disadvantage. So please encourage your students, if they need a laptop, if they need, you know, like a digital camera, or they need a piece of technology, to get in touch with me. You know, we are happy to loan that out, and we want all the students to be successful.
For the laptop loans, they're actually under resources on our website. There is a laptop.
Yeah, it'll talk you through the whole process of getting one and what form you have to fill out.
And as a part of that side of it, we really try to design our curriculum so there's some flexibility so students can work on things that require technology at school or at home if they have it available. But if they don't, we'll make sure that they have that time at school. And we'll flex the assignment.
And we actually provide a full laptop cart in every Blue Ridge teacher's classroom that is dedicated specifically. We pay for it and put it in the schools. So anytime they're in a Blue Ridge class, they have a dedicated computer for them during that time period.
So any questions again that you have for this as you kind of think about getting into this next year?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. On your time. The one thing is, if your student tells you they need a really expensive computer because they're in Blue Ridge now, they don't. They can do everything on a Chromebook. All of our class laptops are Chromebooks, and you can get a smoking laptop for under $500. If you have questions or you want advice on what to get them, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm more than happy to help. I told the students I'm also happy to help troubleshoot issues with their home computer if something's just not working right. They can ask me and I'll help them with that as well. But if you would like to get them a Mac or a PC, you're more than welcome to, but they will be able to do everything on a Chromebook.
Can I just ask a question on that?
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the computer science stuff, it sounds like maybe had stuff that wouldn't run on a Chromebook.
It used to be that way. Now they can do it all on a Chromebook.
Okay.
Change that to they don't have to have proprietary software. It's all web-based. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you all for coming. We're going to be around for a few minutes if you think it's something.